Hey guys, before we begin this video, I just wanted to share with you all the results of the latest poll I ran on the channel. Now, I asked all you guys which herbivore you think deserved a lot of screen time in Fallen Kingdom, and an overwhelming majority of you seem to really want more of the Triceratops in the next movie. I was almost certain the Brachiosaurus would win this one, but hey, the Trike is a cool dino as well. We haven't really seen it do too much after The Lost World, where it had its awesome moment assaulting the hunter camp after Nick and Sarah freed all the dinosaurs. I think it's been criminally underused in the film series so far, so here's hoping that we get more scenes of it in the new movie. So many awesome characters have come and gone in the Jurassic Park franchise. Some of them have left willingly and become legends in the fan community. Others didn't get such a privilege. And while it's undeniably obvious that a lot of people have died in the Jurassic series, most of them have been mere drops in the bucket when compared to others who are well recognized to this very day. One such character is Ray Arnold, Jurassic Park's chief engineer. This chain-smoking technician was the complete opposite to that of his programming peer, Dennis Nedry, and worked hard on trying to undo the mess that his slovenly coworker had put the island in during the tropical storm. A storm that was unfortunately more than just a plot point in the movie, as fate would have Hurricane Iniki hit Hawaii during the filming of Jurassic Park in 1992. This unforeseen event caused Samuel L. Jackson's character to sadly be robbed of his very intense death scene, after the engineer goes out to the maintenance shed alone, once the system has been shut down. In a recent interview with the AV Club, Jackson got to talk about his experience on the film, saying this: "I was actually supposed to go to Hawaii to shoot my death scene, but there was a hurricane that destroyed all the sets, so I didn't get to go. All you see is the residue of my body, my arm. But yeah, I was supposed to be on set." It's kind of disappointing to hear that after all this time, Ray Arnold was supposed to get a send-off in the film after he walks off-screen to go and restart Jurassic Park. Now, I searched the internet looking for any sort of outline of his death scene and what exactly was supposed to happen to him in the film version, but unfortunately, I couldn't find any real evidence on how this would have transpired. Even after reading through the Jurassic Park shooting script, I was unable to come up with any sort of indication as to how Spielberg would have shot this scene. I have, however, read the original book by Michael Klayton, who did a draft of the screenplay before David Koepp came in to do the final rewrite, and the Klayton version of Mr. Arnold's passing could give us a little more insight into how the character was supposed to go. In the novel, Arnold runs into the maintenance shed after Muldoon and Gennaro provide a diversion against a pack of snarling raptors that have gathered around the building. Once Arnold gets inside, he realizes that it's pitch black within the compound, and increasingly harder to tell where exactly he was headed. This gives Mr. Arnold the idea to take off one of his shoes and leave it in the doorway of the shed, so that a small amount of light could seep in, making it easier for him to find the generators. After doing this, John Arnold continues his descent deeper into the shed, and realizes that the generators were only 10 yards away, before the room suddenly becomes dark again. Arnold would quickly turn around to find a raptor standing in the doorway blocking the light. The animal was bent down, sniffing his recently placed shoe. Arnold started to back up slowly, paying close attention to the animal that was closing in on him. The raptor was now only 10 feet away, its claws making a deadly sound with each footstep clicking against the metal floor. It was advancing on him, but doing so slowly. The unfamiliar mechanical odors of this place had made the velociraptor cautious. Arnold glanced behind his shoulder looking for the stairs, knowing that the dinosaur would be unable to navigate its body down such a narrow and steep man-made route. He reached his hand out looking for the railing, before he successfully grabbed hold of it, and began to climb down the stairs and away from the raptor. This made the creature hiss in anger at the engineer 20 feet above him on the catwalk. "Too bad, buddy," the man said, before turning around and resuming his mission to find the generators. But Arnold would only walk a few more feet before hearing a dull thump behind him, making him turn around and stare into the eyes of the now much closer velociraptor. While Arnold had his back turned, it had actually jumped down to the concrete floor from the stairs behind him. Arnold would quickly look for a weapon before he was shoved to the ground by a powerful force that pushed its body weight into the man's chest, making it near impossible for him to breathe. Arnold began to realize that the raptor was standing on top of him, and soon felt the searing pain of a sharp claw digging into the flesh of his chest. He smelled the foul breath of the moving head above his face, and he opened his mouth to scream. Samuel L. Jackson would unfortunately never get to act out his death scene in Steven Spielberg's hit movie, and his demise would ultimately become alluded to once Dr. Sattler made the journey into the maintenance shed after he would fail to return to the emergency bunker where the others had holed up. Sattler would famously come across the severed arm of Ray Arnold once she backed up against the wall and triggered what's left of his body to fall on top of her, revealing to the audience the reason Arnold never got to cut the power back on. Apparently, a severed leg was also supposed to accompany Arnold's arm in this scene. After Ellie drops Arnold's arm from her shoulder, she was originally supposed to trip over the man's leg that would have been lying on the ground behind her. This leg was created for screen use, but isn't present in the final film, and it's actually believed by many to be the reason Ellie has a bad limp when she turns to run out of the maintenance shed. In the final cut of the film, we're sort of led to believe that the spotlight wrapped around her foot is what actually causes her to limp away from the building, but having this leg featured in the storyboards and photographic proof of its existence gives us a completely different reason for her handicap altogether. Another YouTuber actually owns the leg and the arm that were used during production of the movie, and he's actually put up a very cool video showing everyone these really cool pieces of film history. The channel's name is Jurassic Collectibles, and a link will be provided in the description of this video for you all to check out and enjoy all the awesome stuff he has to offer. As a huge fan of this series, I will say that it's kind of unfortunate that a hurricane ended up causing Jackson's death to get scrapped, but luckily we still have the storyboards and novel to kind of piece together the events that may have transpired. Now, I want to thank you all for taking the time to watch this video, and hope that you all enjoyed today's content. If you feel like I deserve it, I would appreciate the like and hope that you consider subscribing if you're interested in hearing from me again. I'll see you all in the next video, guys, and as always, take it easy.